Hello and welcome, all of my lovelies. Luca here from MiniWarGaming.com, joined by my returning guest, Joe, who you might recognize from videos from a couple years ago, and has been here before that, all the way from Maryland. I was going to say Ontario. Maryland, United States of America, Maryland, not Maryland and Ontario. And we are going to be adjusting our 4th edition series just a little bit to allow you guys to play with your modern Warhammer 40K models. But we're going to start with the low-hanging fruit. There's going to be Tyranids against Imperial Guard, and we're going to be using custom vehicle and monster rules from this specific chapter approved. And we're going to show you how it works.
We play and call it work.
Today's Warhammer 40K game will be early 4th edition as its era. That means both Joe and myself are going to be using our late 3rd edition codexes to build our armies. Every codex from different editions has its own kind of flair, and the Imperial Guard one of this era is the one that lets you build and customize your regiments. Now, I'm going to be playing the predetermined Cadian regiment rules, and I'll go over details about what those are as they come up. Leading my entire force is a company commander and his little retinue. Now, our company commander is going to be equipped with a master-crafted power weapon as well as a plasma pistol, and the rest of his retinue is going to have a couple grenade launchers as well as a master Voxcaster, which is just a more expensive Vox, but has a it can affect more than one unit at a time when those come up. Now, Cadians can all be sharpshooters if I want to pay for that upgrade, as well as Iron Discipline, and you better believe we upgraded both of them. Just gives them a little bit more consistency with shooting, as well as they rally more often and under better circumstances. That's Cadians for you, though. They come from the fortress world of Cadia. These are the rules that represent them. Now, moving on to my troop choices, as that's the only character I'm going to be bringing today. I have 2 infantry platoons that are going to be led by junior officers. Now, our junior officers are going to have power weapons, refractor fields, and plasma pistols. With them, they have a variety of retinue. Some have extra flamers, some are going to have Voxcasters and medics. It's kind of whatever models I had available at the time. With them, their infantry platoons are going to be 2 squads of 10. They're going to have a couple guys upgraded to have a missile launcher, and then there's going to be a flamer in the squad, and everyone's going to have Voxcasters. They do have veteran sergeants on top of it. I want to have some veterans in today's game. Now, veteran sergeants just have a slightly better leadership and the extra attack. So nothing too crazy when it comes to upgrades there. On to elites, we are going to be bringing some stormtroopers. These are unique to Cadians. Obviously, any other regiment can choose to take stormtroopers as one of their doctrines, but that's one of their doctrine costs. Now, Cadians can take stormtroopers as troops if they want to. That's like their casterkin, but they lose the deep strike and infiltrate rules. So I'm going to keep them as elites because I want them to deep strike as a special rule. Going to keep them pretty bare bones. One of the veteran sergeants has a power fist. The other guy's just a bolt pistol close combat weapon. And this era, they don't have AP3 on their hotshot las guns. They're just basic AP5. But AP5 is still pretty dang good, especially against Tyranids. It'll help against all the Grizzlies. And that's pretty much it. We're going to go right to heavy support because we got a couple of expensive options here. We are going to have a Leman Russ battle tank with track guards, and he's got 3 heavy bolters and a demolisher cannon turret. And that is going to bring us to our modern 10th edition Warhammer 40K option here. It is a Rogal Dorn battle tank. Now, back in the day, you were able to kind of kit bash your own vehicles together and use Jervis Johnson's rules, kind of throw them together and pay points for appropriate upgrades. But it's interesting with modern Warhammer 40K kits, all of the customization and converting has already essentially been done for you. You can take the kit and go backwards and customize its options and build essentially the same tank in modern 40K, but with 3rd and 4th edition rules. Now, this supplement makes things about 25% more expensive than what they really ultimately should be. Either if both of you are using these rules to make your own monsters and vehicles, then you don't have to worry about the extra 25% cost. But if you talk with your opponent beforehand and figure it out, then you can probably waive the 25%. That's my opinion. You don't have to ask that if you don't want to, but that's about comparing it to similar options in the army list. That's what I would say. to reduce from its overall cost. They made them a little bit more expensive to make them to kind of account for all the nonsense that people are going to do. If you're going to honestly make a vehicle, try to be as honest as you can with it without making it kind of gamey, then just reduce by about 25%.
Hi guys, I'm Joe. I have my 3rd edition Tyranids. For my HQ, I have a winged hive tyrant with a venom cannon. For elites, just a lictor. Just keep it simple. For my troops, I have a unit of 8 Genius Eaters because I love how those guys used to play.
They were nasty. They were damn nasty.
They were so much fun. 2 units of 14 Hormigants. 2 units of 16 Termagants with Devours. For heavy support, I have 3 Zoanthropes, 1 with the Synapse upgrade, 2 with the Warp Blast upgrade. And using the 2001 chapter approved, I was able to customize and create rules for my horror specs and a Norn emissary that I was going to try out.
The name of the game today is Reconnaissance. The Imperial Guard, or the Cadians I should say, have a line of defense drawn against the Tyranid invasion, but they also have to take some ground back where possible. So we're going to be using a gamma threat level mission today, which means there will be infiltrating, there will be deep striking, there might be dusk and dawn, and more importantly, there will be victory points. So the way you win is by engaging the enemy army and destroying it while trying to save as many of your assets as you can. Now, because the Tyranids are obviously trying to take ground from the Cadians, and the Cadians would like to take some of that ground back as they are ordered to do so from high command, you will gain additional victory points equal to 100% of the cost of your scoring unit if it ends the game in the enemy deployment zone. In addition, you get 100% of the victory points, or half of the enemy victory points, for each unit you destroy or bring down to half. And I should note, this will last for 6 game turns. We will not have random game length in this one. And I want to talk about our board here, of course. Everything you see Joe and I setting up are going to be from the GameMat.eu terrain and battle mat line. So the battle mat we're playing with is a 6-foot by 4-foot battle mat. They offer this print in smaller sizes as well for more modern wargaming. If you prefer the 6x4, they still have those all available. And the terrain sets are from several different lines they have available. I like to mix and match them together to show how universal they are. They can be used for fantasy games, sci-fi games, modern gaming, and it all comes pre-built and pre-painted right out of the box. That is probably the biggest selling feature. The second you buy a set of terrain, you crack open the box, get all the packing peanuts and foam out of the way, and slam it on the table, and you are ready to roll dice with your opponent. Why focus on painting the terrain when you can focus on your models instead? If you want to know more information about GameMat.eu, look no further than the description down below. That'll redirect you to their website, and you can see all of the products they have available. You guys want to see us play more Warhammer 40K? Well, Vault members get early access to battle reports like this match where we're trying out the Void Dragon in 4th edition with Sean's Necrons against an Eldar Outcast army in a brutal showdown using the Battle Missions book. Watch it right now by joining the Vault at miniwargaming.com/vault, or just click the join button below. Joe and I are deployed and we are ready to begin our game of Warhammer 40K 4th edition, very early 4th edition, using some modern 10th edition models. Now, pretty much, I was lucky with the Rogal Dorn. Pretty much any Imperial vehicle is going to be very easy to recreate using the old chapter approved if you can get your hands on it. But honestly, it's just, you kind of look at the weapons it has, look at the rules for that weapon of this edition, and then just play it. It's not that difficult. This thing's cost in this edition is like 365 points. To make it a Rogal Dorn battle tank, almost like a 1-to-1 copy of the 10th edition version of it. Granted, that's a little too expensive for this era, but Joe, on the other side of the table, is using a monster that he created using the same formula from the same supplement. So it kind of comes out in the wash in the end for both of us. Rogal Dorn is pretty much equipped with everything you see here: battle cannon, coax autocannon, demolisher cannon, two meltas on the front, and 2 sponson multi-meltas. And the main thing about it is a heavy tank, but it's got the lumbering rule, which means, unlike other tanks, it may fire all of its weapons even though it moves, but it may only ever move up to 6 inches, and it cannot turn during that move. It can only turn at the end of its movement. So if I want it to move an inch and turn to face that way, it may only do that and then move no further. And it may only turn up to 90 degrees. It can't do a anything beyond that. So it's very ponderous, but it has a lot of firepower to go along with it. Otherwise, I have my infantry. So that's a platoon junior officer. This is my company commander with his retinue. So he's my overall warlord. And then we have our other junior officer over here with 1 infantry squad and my Lehman Russ battle tank. And then on the other side of the table, we have Joe's Tyranids. What do we got here, Joe?
Well, we have 3 zone troops, which is really cool because you can make that as 1 unit of 3 in separate load and deploy them individually. I have 2 units of 16 termagants with devours. The Norn, as mentioned earlier, a unit of 16 hormagants, a Haruspex, Winged Hive Tyrant, a Gene Stealer unit, another unit of 14 hormagants, and a node representing the lictor that's coming in later.
We'll see that guy a little bit later. And then for myself, I do have my Kazrakin Stormtroopers in reserve. And to point out how easy, actually this Norn Assimilator, or Emissary, was way easier to make too, because it's just monstrous creature, toughness 6. It's like a 5 wounds. We felt like 5 wounds was appropriate for it in this edition. Pair of Rending Claws, pair of Scything Talons, and it has the Warp Blast rule to represent its Warp Blast rule in 10th edition Warhammer 40K, which operates almost identically. So it's
yes, it has a 10th edition and has a slightly stronger version of Warp Blast.
Exactly.
So the closest thing we had was to just give it that for 4th.
Yep, it works out perfectly. It's almost a 1-to-1 carbon copy. Again, monstrous creatures and vehicles are going to be the easiest thing to bring back to these editions that you yourself can just do the math on if you have access to the supplement. It's all the other stuff that's going to require a little bit more work. But like I said, I'm going to try to have a document available. It'll be for free. It'll just be a Google Doc that anyone can check out, and they can bring their newer models with their like modern rules into 4th edition to have a similar rule represent that. Otherwise, we're going to roll off and see who gets to choose to go first. I trust in Philadelphia for this one. Oh, he never betrays me. And 6. Oh, fine. Okay. You get to choose if you want to go first or second.
I will go first because I want to try to get some of those tanks
damaged. So we're going to have Tyranids turn 1 of 6. Again, the goal is to engage the enemy army, destroy it, and break through their lines to establish a new front for your forces. Joe's jumping right into the movement here. These Gene Stealers are able to infiltrate up using the infiltrate special rule. Ooh, as you're moving, I do want to recall the Dusk and Dawn rule. On a 1 or 6, the rule's in play. Oh geez, that was aggressive. That's a 6.
That is a 6.
So that is going to be dusk. So that means the 6th turn of the game, the sun will set fully, and there will be no more light. We'll be playing with night fighting on the last turn of the game, if we remember. So we'll see that come up. Hopefully be important. Then we're going to show you where the rest of these elements end up.
He has wings, so he can go up there.
And then, and we do have, I should point out the Haruspex is actually a pre-built monster from the chapter approved supplement, because the Haruspex was something they already had plans on designing back in the day.
What was it, Armor Cast that they had them?
Yep, Armor Cast already had models for it. Yep. Actually, a lot of the Tyranid bugs that are all custom built were like Armor Cast already available, which is kind of cool.
The chapter approved book comes with about between 6 and 8, I can't remember off the top of my head, pre-built monsters that they had Armor Cast models for. But for some reason weren't in the Tyranid Codex.
Yeah, they didn't come out until later, 4th, 5th edition, that kind of stuff. They were like, they had all the ideas, but the sculptors were probably busy doing other things and all that stuff. Back to movement, we're going to show you where this all ends up. The one special rule that the Norn Assimilator has is the fast monster rule. So instead of moving and charging 6 like other monstrous creatures, it actually gets to do 9, which is quite a powerful upgrade. The waves of bugs approach. Some moving through cover with the Hormagons in the ruins there. They're all swarming masses, so they're all capable of moving through cover with ease. Though they have a chance of trampling over each other, that did not come up here. We're going to go into the shooting phase. A lot of the little bugs have Fleet of Claw, which means instead of shooting, they can move D6 inches forward. We're going to be doing that with all the bugs, because they don't really have range with their guns right now. And the Hormagons as well. We're just going to take a look at firing some psychic powers, as well as that venom cannon, I suspect. We'll be starting with the Venom Cannon from the Hive Tyrant. Very scary for the Rogal Dorn right away. There's always a chance that a vehicle could take a glancing hit and go down. A very expensive piece like this would be detrimental. However, the Venom Cannon can only glance, so it's at least got that going for it. Rogal Dorn, I decided that it should be armor 14 on the front, armor 14 on the sides, and 12 on the back to represent a slightly heavier variant than a Leman. The battle tank is a lighter Leman Russ. They have heavy Leman Russes that have armor 13 and 11 on the back. So I figured upping its armor to 14 and 12 would represent an even heavier Leman Russ. Thus, the Rogal Dorn was born. You're gonna have 3 shots from the Venom Cannon because that's how many attacks the Hive Tyrant has. And it hits on 3s. Oh, a couple of 1s.
Just 1.
So 1 hit from the Venom Cannon, a strength 8, which means it can only glance on a 6 anyways. So just don't get a 6. A 4. All right, just washes off the front armor of the Rogal Dorn. It is a-okay for now. We're gonna do a Warp Blast. Now, you can either fire it as a blast or you can focus it as a lance, but it's got shorter range. We are within 18 inches here for the Warp Lance. Tyranid entities do not need to roll leadership checks to do their powers. It wouldn't really matter anyways, their leadership 10.
Because all their psychers have leadership 10.
Yeah, so it's very unlikely to fail, so it's essentially a whatever. It's a nice little rule to have in their pocket. Now, this is going to be Strength 10, AP 2. Not that the AP matters here, actually. Not in this edition, at least. Now, he's BS3. He's going to need a 4 to hit with this lance attack.
Come on.
Oh, he shoots wide. He shoots the lance and goes right past
that
the
will
Dorn.
be burned.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. That die's rolled nothing but 1 so far. Anyways, that's Strength 10. That would have been a glance on a 4, but we would have had at least some cover protecting us. And then we have to figure out our little Zoanthropes.
Our little Zoanthrope, is he within range for the powerful one? No. So he can't. He does not have range of anything good.
This one here might be within 18. Now, this edition, there's no pre-measuring, but like there's no downside to if there's no other target in range, you can pre-measure.
Right. And yeah, there's can only shoot the strength 5.
Yeah, so the strength 5 gun has 24-inch range, but luckily it's not that impactful. However, this guy might be within 24 of this squad here.
Unfortunately, he does not have the warp blast. He just has synapse.
He's just synapse. Gotcha.
Yep,
okay.
yep.
So that should effectively be for the actual shooting of the list. We have a bunch of Fleet of Claw to resolve.
Yes.
So we're gonna go ahead and do all their Fleets of Claw, and we'll show you where they end up. Only going 2 on the Hormagaunts. Going a little bit further on the Hormagaunts, poking their ugly little heads out of the ruin there.
And then I got 5 and a 6 from running there, so those guys moved a little faster.
And that there, everyone, is 1 turn done in 4th edition. Very quick, right to the action. We're gonna go to Guard, turn 1. And I have a hard decision to make here. The goal is to push through the enemy, but I don't want to charge headlong into the tyrannic forces. So we are going to hold, deal damage where we can, try and weaken flanks, and then our infantry is going to move out from there to try and establish a new front while we engage and break the enemy forces. Or we shall see. Our Rogal Dorn is a little cowed here. We're going to move him back. 1, 2... Oh, he's got the meltas and everything. So I got to be careful where I end up with his meltas. And we're going to... This guy's chainsaw is a problem. Turn that around. And we're going to pivot it to face the Hive Tyrant, as he's a big synapse creature that will make really just that 1 unit over there succumb to synapse and instinctive behavior if we get there. So I got to be careful. I know the meltas aren't going to be in range here, but I'm hoping the multi-meltas will be. We'll see what we can get done with that. I do need to push forward with... I think we're going to keep this Leman Russ still. Honestly, everything might stay still so we can fire its las guns. Although, I am going to have my company commander here risk life and limb. We're going to declare a move through cover. Our company commander is going to vault over the wall. No, I'm playing classic Guard here, so they're all gonna. Everything's just staying still in Imperial Guard fashion. We're gonna go right to the shooting phase. I know, I'm disappointed too.
Shame.
The rules say that a lot of ways it's a static army. When our reserves can show up on the second turn, maybe we'll be a little more dynamic with the movement. But I like how I deployed, so I want to shoot what I can. Now, I have played a few games of late with the 4th edition Imperial Guard book, which came out at the end of 4th edition and was used for a good amount of 5th edition. That one has orders in it. This book does not have any orders in it, so I don't have to worry about issuing any orders. But this one has the really interesting regimental rules where you get to kind of cultivate and create your own regiments, and which they lost in 4th edition. So a lot of times the codexes would change. You would lose the rules you used to have, and they'd come out with new rules, which were either appealing or not appealing. It really depends as you as the player. I think I preferred the next one because I like mechanical rules and game rules like orders and stuff like that. So I didn't mind losing the regimental rules.
I personally liked the Tyranid rules that 4th and 5th edition had. Like some of them were very interesting, even if you lost the customizability from the troops from 3rd.
So you start to see a lot of the unique rules in 3rd and 4th, like early 3rd and late 3rd edition codexes, were how to make a list. Essentially, that's where your special rules were. And then they came up with the idea that armies would get special rules outside of the core rules while actually physically playing the game, which I preferred that one myself as well, like more mechanical rules, essentially. But it's all preference, because I don't mind this whatsoever either. Not like, as Cadians, we get sharpshooters, so we get to reroll hit rolls of 1 if we're a ballistic skill 3 model. On infantry only, not tanks and stuff. But movement's done. We're gonna go right to shooting. Normally you'd have to do orders, but we don't have to, we can forgo those right now. We're obviously gonna start with Mr. Big here. So the Rogal Dorn moved and pivoted, but it's lumbering, so it can still fire all of its weapons, even though 2 of them are ordnance. So we're gonna have a battle cannon, a demolisher cannon, a coax autocannon, the stubber, which technically is just a stormbolter equivalent. In this edition, stubbers didn't come out till later, or later publications. Multi-meltas, and I know the meltas are out of range. I'm just gonna go ahead and, could you check the range actually? What do we got there? What's the actual? It looks like we're about 18 or so. So I know the melty, everything else is good to fire. We're gonna start with the single shots. We'll do ranging shots with the Stormbolter. Stormbolter's a couple shots on 4s. It is still guardsman crewing the Rogal Dorn. You can have vehicles have a targeter upgrade as you custom build them, but it makes all the weapons a little bit more expensive. So yeah, it could be worth it for you if you want. You're already investing a lot of points into it. You could go further, but vehicles are very susceptible to damage in this edition. So, you know, your 400-point vehicle could just go up and smoke. Joe could have easily just destroyed it with that glancing hit with the Venom Cannon earlier. I got lucky you didn't. That is not a wound from the Stormbolter, but we have your range. Not that it matters. And we're going to go ahead and resolve the coaxial autocannon. Get to bring out the 10th edition toys that obviously have way more weapons than you'd be used to in this edition. We have a couple hits with the autocannon. Coaxial means you just have to fire whatever the turret fires at. Not that we're splitting fire too much here anyways. It's strength 7. Oh, it would bounce off your toughness 6, I believe, right? Yep. So we need at least 3s to wound you there. We do have a couple multi-meltas. Multi-meltas have 2 feet of range, heavy 1. We're going to miss both of those shots. And then we fire the 2 ordnance weapons. We're going to start with the battle cannon at our friend there. So it puts the large blast right on top of him. Boom. And because we moved, we have to roll 2d6, take the highest for scatter. But
6 inches, but it's
direct hit instead. Direct hit. And I'm going to go ahead and just fire the demolisher cannon as well, because I don't think it's going to do much. It's also ordnance. Normally you can only fire ordnance, nothing else. But in this case, we're good. That one's going to scatter 4 inches backwards. Boom. Did I get lucky and clip him or no?
No, nope. You got just out.
I didn't think so. 4 should be a miss. And that means we overshoot with the demolisher, but we do land a hit with the battle cannon. The battle cannon is strength 8, so it should wound you on a 2 as it lands chest. Boom. What's the armor save of your Hive Tyrant?
Armor save of a Hive Tyrant is 3+, I believe.
Can you upgrade it to a 2-up or no? Only you can buy the upgrade, but for the flying Hive Tyrant, we want to keep him a little bit cheaper, a little bit lighter armor. So he has a 3-up, so that battle cannon just hits center chest and causes a wound. No invulnerable save on Hive Tyrants built in. I don't know when they got the invulnerable save. Maybe 5th edition?
I believe it was 5th.
5th edition they got invulnerable save? All right, well, he's got 3 wounds left?
Yes.
All right, 3 remaining wounds, and that is the Rogal Dorn resolved. We're going to move on to our Leman Russ over here. It's going to be tough because I don't know if I want to work on your Synapse creatures or start doing heavy bolter shots in your Gaunts, but they're all in cover. We're going to go for that Neurothrope right, or Zoanthrope right there that does have the Warp Blast upgrade. I don't want that thing anywhere near me, so we're going to fire all the heavy bolters instead of the battle cannon because it's ordnance, and it doesn't have the fancy lumbering rule. We do hit the Zoanthrope on 4s unless there's any. What kind of rules does the Zoanthrope have? Other than
it has a warp field 2+ armor save.
Gotcha. Ooh, I mean, it doesn't really matter what I fire at it. Its warp field will protect it. Now, these are 3 wound at strength 5. Toughness 4 monster. So we're going to wound him 3 times, but it's going to ricochet off his warp field, which is effectively a 2-up armor save. Later, it became a 3-up invulnerable save, but for now, he's got a 2-up save. So 3 up.
Don't roll once.
Ooh,
He's
nice.
okay.
Deflect every shot. We're going to move on to this infantry squad here. Is just going to lay shots down at our termagants running up at us. We're going to fire a frag missile as well on top of it. I'm just going to roll to see if I hit with my frag missile. I'm going to 4 to hit, and I'm going to put it, the most advantageous spot I can see. It's got...
I thought it was a small blast or large blast?
Little blast. Little guy. And does it hit? No, it shoots wide. We don't have to worry about it. It zips right past and clashes into a wall or something. And the las guns can all fire 1 shot at 24 inches if they didn't move, which they didn't. Oh, it is only 6 las guns, but they're sharpshooters, so I get to reroll 1s. Yeah. Oh, it mattered. 4s? 2 wounding hits, and you're going to have 4-up cover save for being in the ruins. 2 saves on our gaunts. And, 2 die.
No, 2 dead gaunts.
And they're sharpshooters. They do Cadia proud. So they kill, the shots go wide, kill a couple models in the back. As long as they're within 2 feet, which they are, they can be killed. No targets over here. These guys are flamers. They're ready to kind of jump up and protect against the big bugs that get too close. We're going to focus on the Hive Tyrant here with this squad. I'm just going to double check the missile launcher's line of sight. It does have line of sight, but you are going to have cover from the big building here. So it's going to be 4 to land a crack missile. No, it shoots wide, and... Oh, I think sharpshooters works on this. And you know what? I'm going to re-roll it, see if it even matters. It doesn't matter. Okay, I think it does work on that. I bought everything sharpshooters that could take it. They still missed. And then we're going to have 6 las gun shots. Same idea. These are going to be 4s to hit, re-rolling 1s. 3 of them, very average. And 6s to wound the Tyrant, nothing. Moving over to the company commander, this unit has a couple of grenade launchers. And they're going to go thunk-thunk right into the Gene Stealers. They can only really see these 3 models, so that's what we're going to aim it for. I'm going to aim it for that guy's head. Shouldn't be too fancy. And then they need 4s to hit, rerolling 1s for sharpshooters. So 1 grenade bounces out of action and 1 will hit. It should be 1 direct hit and 2 partials maybe?
Yep.
Actually, it'd be 3 partials. So we have 1 hit for sure, and how... Oh, we hit 2 more Gene Stealers on top of it. So it's going to be 3 hits in total. These are strength 4, and Gene Stealers are toughness 4.
4, yes.
4s to wound. Oh, 2 wounding hits. Have a 5-up cover save or armor save. Your Gene Stealers.
1 pass, 1 fail. You kill 1 Gene Stealer.
Yep, they can be any you want in range and line of sight. Actually, blast markers are just pretty much anyone you want. Coming over here, we got a little platoon squad with 3 flamers. So they're going to be... I guess we have a blast gun that can fire 1 single shot.
Oh.
Sharpshooter. No! And then we have 2 more squads to resolve. I think we're worrying about the Gene Stealers, so we're going to go ahead and fire the frag missile and then all the las guns as well. So frag missile first, 4 to hit. Ooh, it misses! Very good. 6 las guns because they didn't move. Reroll for sharpshooters, that's a Cadian thing. You can give your custom regiment sharpshooters if you want. The Cadians just come with it built in, like a predetermined army thing. 1 5-up save from a wounding las gun shot. Oh, the las gun kills him. Dead. It doesn't have to be that one. It could be anyone you want in range and line of sight. So anything within 2 feet. Bam. So that guy back there will get shot. And then we're left with this squad up here. Same thing. We're going to fire a crack missile, and then whatever las guns can actually fire. Does a crack missile hit? Whoosh. I mean frag missile, but still misses. Just double checking. All 6 can fire their las guns. Oh, that was a good shot. You got 4 out of 6 that time. And, 3 wounds on 6 shots. All 5-up saves. And they're, boom, 3 die. Now, it has to be the front 4 mostly that die there. Boom, boom. So we got lucky with that opening volley. Now, they are obviously fearless because they're in synapse, so we don't have to roll for leadership on them. And that is it. That is what a open field guard shooty face can do. They killed 3 Gene Stealers, 2 Termagants, and a wound on a Hive Tyrant. Pretty good start considering we didn't take any damage back, but we are... welcome to, as we go to the second turn of the game. Reserves are available, so if your Lictor wants to try and show up, I don't know how it actually works. And then my guys can randomly show up on my turn as well.
Well, it's interesting the way the Lictor works this time. You can either force it to come out by rolling a 6 during your turn, or I get to choose when it comes out during my shooting phase.
Because I can use auspex. I can I can search near pieces of terrain to see if the Lictor is there.
Yep.
Or I can if I have auspex scanners and stuff like that, I can force it to come out a little bit earlier. Yep. Otherwise, you control it. Yeah, yes. That's what I thought. Quick synapse check, everything is good on that. We can go right to your movement. All these zone throws here are synapse creatures. It's 12-inch auras that kind of keep all the little bugs in line. And they just kind of keep going with the hive mind's plans, essentially. That's why I'm trying to kill the synapse creatures, to try and make the plans fall apart a little bit. Everything is going to surge towards the guard line. I'm going to show you where it all ends up when Joe's done moving it. So movement is done. We kind of went ahead to the shooting phase and did the Fleet of Claw movements, which is a D6 move they can do instead of running, or instead of shooting the movement phase. So with the move through cover rule that all the swarms have, they get to roll 3 dice, take the highest for moving through ruins and over skulls and everything. Nothing got slowed down. And then the Fleet of Claw is really bringing these Hormagaunts much closer to my line than I'd like. And a lot of these Hormagaunts are leaping and bounding up and over the crates and everything. They do want to stay within 12 of the synapse creature, because at the start of the turn, if they're not, they have to roll on a chart to see what they do, and there's a good chance they just run off the board. There's a
1/3 chance that I either move straight towards the hive tyrant or just run off the board.
Oh, that's right. They got to go to the nearest synapse creature and all that. The instinctive behavior chart, long gone, is it? But man, I miss it. I really like the instinctive behavior stuff. Okay, that's we can continue with the rest of shooting. Where do you want to start?
Well, let me double check if I want to bring my lictor out.
Oh yeah, I'll let you figure.
Because that happens during shooting phase.
We looked at it. We don't want to reveal the lictor yet. We're gonna hold off. We do have 6 whole turns to play with that. Where or what do you want to do? Warp blast first, or do you want to do the venom cannon first?
I will do the venom cannon first, and then go on to the 3 warp blasts.
Now, do you want to try and glance the Rogal Dorn with it, or do you want to start putting pressure on my infantry squads?
Well, the venom cannon can only fire. Can only kill 3 guys.
I guess it's not 3 blasts. It's just it's 3 shots. That's right. So you might as well go for the Rogal Dorn.
Right. So I might as well try for the Rogal Dorn.
See if their venom can burn through it. Needs 3s to hit on a hive tyrant. We have
3 hits. All right.
So we need 6s to glance to see if it can burn through the Rogal Dorn's front armor. Please, no. Oh, I got lucky again. All right, nothing from the venom cannon, but we do have a warp lance, blast.
I focused warp blast again from here. Gonna go into...
Now I have lighter side armor over here if you want to go for that.
Yes, I will try to go for the side armor of his.
Nice, so it's gonna hit on a 4 with a single shot. I think the lighter Leman Russ is only like 11 or 12
should be within plenty 18 here, yes.
Yeah.
All right, so...
No need to see if it works. It will always work, but does it hit on a 4? Oh my gosh, it shot wide. We actively gave it a BS3 to keep it a little bit cheaper, but we didn't think, so that was the only die roll that would have mattered for that upgrade there, fair. This guy's gonna do the same, but it's gonna be front armor, so should be a 2 is gonna miss, sadly. Oh, our shooting sucks. Like, our shooting isn't doing much.
And then these guys, no, but I am in range.
One more warp blast from that zone throw there. Hitting on a 3, I think, with them? We won't figure it out. A 2?
2
does not hit on a 2. So just Warp Blast missed. Venom Cannon burns out the front. Warp Blast missed. Warp Blast missed. I can't make up this stuff. Joe's got to roll better. I think that's it for the turn as well.
Gotta burn all those dice.
So you gotta weather another Imperial Guard shooting phase before you get some action. As we just burn through these 4th edition turns very quickly. I think that's it, right?
Yes, because I can't
do much else. But everything moved.
Yes, because I'm too far away to charge. Yes.
Pretty much Joe's next turn, I'm going to be overwhelmed on the front line here, and I'm going to have to start fighting in melee. So I'm going to have to really make my second turn here count as well. I have a couple of Scion units that are waiting in Deep Strike Reserve. They're going to show up on a 4-up. Now, one has a Power Fist Sergeant, and one doesn't. This is the Power Fist one.
Yeah.
He is showing up, and the other one is not showing up. We have our squad show up to protect our Leman Russ maybe on the front. It's gonna go 4 inches this way. End up going to that position there, and hopefully they can make some action happen. We're gonna go to actual movement proper. Obviously this Rogal Dorn's gotta back it up, so 1, 2, 3, and we'll pivot. Actually, we'll go a little bit more back and pivot there. Same idea, keeping the Meltas out of range, but every other gun in range. We're gonna have our company commander squad vault over. Oh, dice, a 6 on the move through cover. Jump, go, lead by example. Just to make some magic happen. We're gonna move this squad a little bit further forward as well. And then we're gonna keep our platoon squad back here. They have 3 flamers, so I want them to kind of like shoot whatever charges them, and hopefully they don't get consolidated into. So we're going to move them just a little bit back here, further away from the action. And hopefully they don't get consolidated into from anything. We're going to keep this squad still so it can fire its missile. And this squad's going to move up. Keeping this squad still because they're defending the pipes. Got the crack missile, which I'll probably need. And I kind of want to move them forward, but I need the missile launcher. And then this squad's mostly here to pop out. And I'm going to move them a little bit over this way, because I don't really know what I need this platoon command squad to do yet. They have a couple flamers that could be useful. Might do nothing. And I don't think I'm going to get much use out of this battle cannon. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably just pivoted this way because I need these heavy bolters to do something over here. Things like the battle cannon and monstrous creature rules, I always have like fundamental issues with. It's just like it feels like it should be more impactful against the monster, you know, eating a shell, but it only ever does 1 wound. So it's good against like clearing out giant squads of dudes, but this edition for Leman Russes, it was their next codex where they could move and fire the battle cannon and all their weapons. It can still fire its battle cannon, just not the other things. So that's fine if I want to fire that. So I might fire the battle cannon, but 9 shots with a heavy bolter is usually going to account to more damage than a single battle cannon shot. Maybe. We'll find out when I get there. Regardless, we're going to go ahead and start shooting. We got 4 hell guns and a hell pistol firing into our nearby Termagant friends. How many are in that squad? They're all in cover. Well, the majority of them are in cover.
Yep.
Give me 9 shots, 3s to hit because they're veterans. Nice. They don't get sharpshooters because their BS is too high to get sharpshooters. 4s to wound. Now, the next printing of this codex, their hell guns go to AP 3. Not that it matters here. They're AP 5 otherwise. You're going to have cover. A majority of your models are in the ruins. Only 6 out of the 14 are out of it. So 5 4-up saves. But the guys in cover have to die. Joe's dice are pretty bad. So
there we go. Okay.
Only 2 die.
2 die.
2 in the back die. 6 out of 12 are still in the ruins, so they're going to get cover saves. We're going to go ahead and do this squad's going to fire a frag missile at them, as well as 6 lasgun shots because we didn't move. The flamer and the pistol are going to be out of range. See if we can land a hit with the frag missile. It does miss. Shoots a little wide, and then lasguns. 6 hits with lasguns, 4s to wound. And you will have some cover saves. 4-ups. Only 1 dice. But now a majority of them are not in cover. So I could try to kill a little bit more of them if I want to. That's going to be our Leman Russ friend here. We're going to go ahead and do... we'll do 2 heavy bolters at them. This one doesn't have any line of sight to them, so we're just going to go ahead and do it to that squad over there. So we'll just split up the fire. A little bit heavy bolters over there. We're going to land a couple hits. 2s to wound, but you have 4-up cover on them. None of them die, just spray the building. And then we have 6 heavy bolter shots in the nearby Termagants. We're going to hit them 3 times and kill 3 of them because it is AP 4. Boom. But now they'll have cover again. Kind of goes back and forth. We're going to move on to our Rogal Dorn, firing everything at your Hive Tyrant. If I can pop his synapse, these Termagants won't have any synapse rules. And I think monsters don't care about it. And Gene Stealers don't care.
Gene Stealers don't care, and monsters don't really care.
I think they're fearless as a rule.
Yeah.
They're just all fearless. So we're going to go ahead and start with all the little guns first, as we do. A couple Stormbolter shots first to start things off. We're going to land a hit. 6 to wound. No AP, though. No relevant AP. Oh, we hit something squishy. He's got 2 wounds left. We might be able to take him out here. We'll start with the Coax autocannon. It's going to land a couple of hits. 3s to wound. Now, you still have a 3-up armor save. It's only AP 4 on an autocannon. A squishy bit. No, Joe, you can't roll a 3-up to save your life. How many dice have you burned so far?
2.
All right, let's do the 2 multi-meltas. That's going to hit. And I think a 2 kills him because it's AP 1. I am sorry, Joe. The Tyrant is slain by the Rogal Dorn because you apparently can't roll a 3-up to save your life. Obviously, the battle cannon shell and the demolish shell. Ooh, I do have to resolve those because they might scatter. Let's see if it's even relevant. So this is the point where the Hive Tyrant was, and I'll just use that as the point of reference for scattering. We did move, so here's the battle cannon. It's going to go 6 backwards. It's probably going to miss. Oh, that'll be 2 or 3 partial hits. 3 partial hits. So I may get a few gaunts. Gonna get 1 gaunt. Kill a gaunt. Bang. And then I think this is generally where it was. So we're gonna have the next scatter. So it's gonna scatter 6. Sorry, it's gonna scatter 6 if it does. Come on, Luca. And roll. Okay, that's just gonna land here. I do nothing. Guess I should remember to start with those so it's easier to resolve. Worked out quite well. This squad is going to fire next a frag missile into the Hormagaunts and then 6 lasgun shots afterwards. We'll start with the frag missile. I haven't hit with one of these yet, and we're going to continue that pattern. These are the lasguns. You get rerolls for sharpshooter, and that is going to be 4s to land any wounds. That is 1 wound, and you have a save of... Fine. You're good? Nice 6-up save with the Hormagaunts. Oh my goodness. Okay, I want to keep bullying the Gene Stealers, but they're already pretty hurt, and the Hormagaunts are at a synapse, so that's going to be interesting. Knowing that, let's try and bully our Gene Stealer friends a little bit. We're going to start with a couple of grenade launchers. We're going to do frag grenades, then a plasma pistol, and a couple of lasguns afterwards, if we're in range. The Medic's lasgun is actually too far away to fire because they moved. The Master Vox can fire it twice. I guess I'll get the frag grenades out of the way. 4s to hit, rerolling 1s. Oh, they're both gonna hit. I'm just gonna put the blast on his head, so it'll be him and 2 partials both times. Yep. So it's gonna be, I think, blast. You have to resolve 1 at a time. So the first one is gonna be 3 hits, and it's gonna wound 1 time, and you're gonna have a 5-up save. So it kills the guy. So that means the second one is going to have 1 hit and a partial. So the partial, it will hit. So it's 2 hits. It wounds 1 time, and you'll have a 5-up save. Come on! Got another Gene Stealer. And then 1 plasma pistol shot. Oh no, it's going to get hot. He's got Carapace armor. He's got a 4-up armor save. Oh, he takes a wound on my Warlord. He has a single wound left. I got to double check the medic. I ignore the first wound I suffer under certain circumstances. I just can't remember what they are. And then 2 lasguns from the Master Voxcaster with sharpshooter. And 4 to wound. And you have a 5-up save. Oh, you dodge it. Very good. I think Gene Stealers like always have a 5-up save.
They do.
Yeah, that's like their little dodginess. Okay, next up are guards. Ooh, this squad here. Just double checking the meta pack. If you ever have to take an armor saving throw, it ignores the first failed per player turn. So the medic is able to patch up the company commander with this overcharged plasma pistol. Kind of had to do that. Single Gene Stealer can ruin my day. So I gotta respect it. We're gonna go ahead and fire all the lasguns into him, and I cannot fire the heavy weapon because it moved. It's gonna be 4 dudes with lasguns and a las pistol firing. So it's gonna be 9 shots in total because they're able to rapid fire. 4s to hit with sharpshooter. 1 single reroll. Ooh, and my strength 3 gun. That's a pretty good roll. Your T4?
Yes.
5s. We land 2 wounds with our lasguns, and you have a 5-up save. All right.
Oh.
We deal with the Gene Stealer. And then we're left with this last squad to fire. The only targets we have are the Hormagaunts. We can't see the harder specs. So a frag missile and 6 lasgun shots, I have to imagine. Let's see if this frag missile hits. Wow, another 2. I can't believe the amount of frag missiles we're just wasting. And we're gonna land 4 hits with lasguns and 1 wounding hit, and you're gonna have a 5-up save because of the pipes and armor maybe. Oh, fine. 6, you're good. Nice, good save on the Hormagaunt. Clearly, that's who you really care about, because that's all you're making saves for.
Of course, the stuff that doesn't do anything.
You didn't care about the Hive Tyrant at all. It was evident with your rolling. I think shot. That's it. That's turn. Nothing to assault. Nothing to resolve. We're done. Battle round 2. We're going to go on to turn 3, where we're going to get to see how instinctive behavior works.
Okay, so since I decided to go with Warp Blast instead of Synapse on 1 too many guys.
Oh, you get to pick 1 upgrade for them. I see. I just remembered how it works. How it works is Synapse is a psychic power you purchase.
Yes.
And it's like a passive that's always in effect. I understand now.
Correct. So I have 3 units that I have to take morale checks, and if they fail, I roll on a table to see where they go and what they do. Who's the third one? Them, the Horspecs, and the other squad of Hormagaunts.
Now he's fearless. He should auto pass, right?
Yes.
Okay, so just those 2.
But those are the 3 that are outside of Synapse.
Right.
He would pass, so I gotta do checks for these two guys.
What's the leadership of a Hormagon?
I want to say 5.
The little guys.
5, yes.
All right, let's see that 5 up leadership. If they pass it, they operate. You have to roll 2d6 and add them together. So you got a 2, just roll one more die. You're probably gonna. If you get a 3, you'll pass. Oh, you rolled a 3 in total, so you rolled under your leadership, so they operate normally.
Yep.
And then they have to do a leadership check.
And then these two.
Okay, they failed. So they have to roll.
Fail. So and they have to roll an instinctive behavior to see what they do.
D3. Roll a 5.
5. So a 5 to 6 for instinctive behavior is simply an attack. The bird snarls and hisses in a terrifying fashion for charging off towards the attackers. Move the unit 2d6 inches towards the nearest enemy. If it makes contact with enemy models, count this move as a sweeping advance.
So that's like consolidating into a new combat, yeah.
If the unit is already in combat, they count as charging in the next assault phase.
Oh, wow. Okay, so they get to move towards their enemy. Move 2d6
so
towards
these guys move 2d6 automatically towards here.
No, 10 inches. And I believe they get to operate normally this turn as well. So they're just kind of leaping 10 inches towards me. There is good sides to the instinctive behavior chart if you roll, towards the enemy.
Yes, it is just unfortunate that everything but a 5 or 6, the guys are pinned in addition to everything else, which makes things different.
They kind of skulk and they just try to hide and whatnot. This is bad for me. Just double checking, they get to operate normally because the other results are they're pinned or they fall back, and there's rules for that. Essentially, what Joe just rolled for is every unit that's out of Synapse is treated as on their own mechanically in 4th edition, which is like when a single model in a unit's left on its own, has to do constant morale checks to see if it wants to stick around. So that's mechanically they're good. They failed, but they're not falling back or pinned. They just run towards the enemy. But you don't get to control where they go. They just go towards the nearest. But in this case, it worked out well.
Yes.
And then we're going to move everything. Go ahead. You can go ahead and move everything. Moving 9 inches because it's a fast creature. That's bad. It gets to charge 9. So things are going well for me on this flank. Things are not going well for me on this flank as the Tyranid swarms are advancing towards my position. Swarms are all moving forward. Boom. The Harvespect's also a fast creature. Gets to move 9 if it wants to. That's just...
He's going to move 3 up and then...
Like we mentioned earlier in the Army Showcase, the Harvespec's was conveniently already made for us. Didn't have to worry about it too much. So move through cover on these guys. 6.
Look at that, 6 inches.
Bring it on. And they actually passed their left alone morale check earlier, so they're free to operate normally. They're going to bound right over the terrain, and they have fleeted claws, so they get to move an extra d6 after this, and they charge up to 12 inches. So Joe pretty much gets to pick wherever they want to go, and he doesn't have to worry about a single Overwatch.
With the start of my shooting phase, I have decided the Lictor will show up.
He was skulking behind the barricade. Now, at the start of the game, Joe picks anywhere he wants on the battlefield that has to be like a piece of terrain or something. It has
to be a piece of terrain or something that counts as cover.
Yep, and then he's like invisible, out of sight, deployed there. And then in this case, Joe had it behind the barricades there. So he kind of reveals himself, does Lictor things. There's funny...
Any point during the game, during the shooting phase, I can choose to make it appear, or the opponent can use their Auspecs and roll a die, and on a 6, any Lictors within a 6-inch radius appear.
Yeah, because you pretty much, you're supposed to say, hey, I have a Lictor or several on my list, and they're hidden around the battlefield, so I can kind of, you give up your shooting to do it, I believe.
Yes.
I have to give up my shooting, but there's war gear that makes scanning a little bit easier. Auspecs add bonuses to the roll and everything like that.
Technically, instead of a node, supposed to mark that down with a piece of paper where to go. But just for convenience, so it's like, you know what, it's not going to really matter here.
Joe had put several dice around the battlefield to kind of show where it might be, just to show like the truth of it, and he just thinks it's over here. I always believe my guess anyways. Funny, any old, I know a lot of you guys are old. Guys who played 20 years ago back in the day with this old third edition Guard Codex, there's an entire dictionary, or I guess... I don't even know what the guard lingo, and if anyone, bonus points to anyone who knows what the old guard lingo is for the Tyranid Lictor, but I wouldn't put it in chat if I were you. Let's not forget this game was written by a bunch of English blokes back in the day, so it might not mean the same thing to them. Anyways, let's go to shooting proper. We have a bunch of fleet of claw to do, so they get to move d6 inches instead of shooting.
They get to move d6 inches.
Yes.
And then these guys...
But they forgo their shooting if they do that.
They forgo their shooting, so I have to debate with myself whether I want these guys to have enough of these guys to fire, or if I can, or if it's better to just move up.
Let's see the d6 on them. And the d6
extra
on
one, and those guys...
they both go
that
one
third
inch.
dice is burned too. Okay.
So for that one, it's easy. You can kind of take the back guys and put them out in front. Just a few models. And that's just like a 1 inch move for the most part. Yeah.
Yep.
And then same, you can put like those 3 guys in the front of those 3 guys, and bam! Look, 1 inch move done. Little wargaming tricks. We are going to fleet a claw the Termagants. An extra 3 inches. Now they can't shoot this turn, but they can still charge. Perfect. And now for proper shooting. Where, oh where do we begin?
I'll go from right to left on my side here. Go with the zone. Start with the zoanthropes and then the side armor of that tank there.
This guy's gonna. I totally gave up the side armor too there. So we got a warp blast into his side armor, and I think this is a synapse one. That's a warp blast one if I recall.
Synapse is the one in the middle.
Yeah, right in the middle. That's what I thought. All right, so let's see. He automatically passes, and I think it needs like a 3 to hit or a 4 to hit. Dang, Joe!
Dang it!
Joe! Now we're at 5. 5 first dice. Man, can't hit this. This guy's got warp blast too, but you must charge what you shoot. So you can do the blast into them and charge them, or try and put some pressure on the tank and not charge them. So that's one of the rules.
So I will try to charge the remaining guys and do a regular warp blast into there using the template.
All right, so it still needs to hit, and if it does hit, we put the template down. So we need to see a 4. Hey, you know what? Good enough for me. We got a hit. Like we have a happy head right there, so it's gonna be a for sure. So it's 1, 2, 3, a bunch of hits. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 for sure, and then pretty much a 5 for sure, and then 3 partials. 3 partials. Yep, that's everyone hit. I've 8 hits. That's not good. These are 2s to wound, I think.
A standard warp blast is strength 5. So let's see.
That just kills 8. That's all of them dead. 8p3 on that. That would have killed Space Marines. I'm going to have that. So that's 1, 2. We'll say they're blast markers. You could do anyone in range of line of sight. In fact, I think blast markers could do out of line of sight and range as well. Anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to keep the Voxcaster for morale purposes, because that is a morale check for my guys, 1000%. Then moving over to this guy is going to shoot a warp blast over the barricade into these guys. We're going to get some cover for it, but he does hit on a 4. Oh, there we go. We missed on that guy. Shoots wide, like everything else.
Done with psychic powers. So next will be my Devourers, firing into these 5 poor smucks here.
My Stormtroopers. Now, Devourers are, well, I think it's a single shot. Not Devourers, those are Flesh Borers specifically.
Well, I upgraded them with Devourers.
Oh, those are Devourers, gotcha, okay.
So I upgraded these guys with Devourer. They are -1 strength, but twice the number of shots for each guy.
Oh,
so,
interesting. So the strength 2.
Yes.
But it's 2 shots per
But it's
dude.
2 shots per person.
All right, 16 shots on 4s. Good start. A really good start. That was like 5 misses. And these should be 5s to wound because you're strength 2?
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. That
Classic
balances
Joe roll.
That
There you
balances
go.
that out.
There
So
you go.
one.
Stormtroopers have Carapace armor, which is a 4-up armor save. It did not help them. We're going to lose that guy. Now, we get to use, normally with Guard, you can use the leadership characteristic of officers within 12. But if you have a Voxcaster, not that we're away from 12 here, but that's a junior officer, we can use the leadership characteristic of our company commander right over here. And he's got a Master Vox, so more than 1 unit a turn can do this. Not that I need more than 1 unit a turn to do this. He's leadership 8 as a senior officer, and he has Cold Iron, I believe, or Iron Will, which means the unit gets to ignore the -1 leadership penalty. We pass. Not that the -1 would have mattered there anyway, so they are not going to fall back. But we do have one more shot we forgot to do. The Horror Specs obviously has shooting attacks like it does in modern 40k. It has massive spine fist, so it shoots out a bunch of spines from its back. But it also has a little acid torrent it shoots out, I believe. We're just double checking.
Yep, it's a... So, first is the massive spine fists. Firing units, the same as a regular. Strength 12, range 12 inches. Strength as creature +1. AP 4. The 3 attacks.
3 attacks. Shoots out 3 giant spines, and these probably hit on 4s. Never mind, he's BS4. He's going to be hitting on 3s. It didn't really matter. He's got a couple hits anyways, and this is 2s to wound at strength 7. Giant spikes impaling the dudes. 2 wounding hits. Now, it's going to be... I mean, obviously, they don't have much of a save there. So we have to do cover saves. Both are going to fail there. Now, it's not... Oh, it is instant death, so I don't get to use the medic against it. We're going to go ahead and lose both of the frag grenade guys, I guess. And then the acid spray is a flamer template, which will be out of range. But that's what he is capable of doing, which is cool. So he can go in and like spray acid over something and then just charge on in and go for the kill. That is going to be a morale check on its own squad right here, but I would just still do the other guy's morale check first and then resolve his. He's leadership 8. And we roll a 9. I think we're fleeing. And we're going to go 4 inches back towards our table edge. That's where they're going to end up. And a few charges. Where do we want to charge first?
First is going to be the Hormagaunts.
Well, because they have to go over terrain, they roll 3 dice, take the highest, times 2. That's how their charge works. So you got a 5 high, and that means they get to move up to 10 inches. Now, that's going to be quite easy. So you go like nearest to nearest, and we got the, I guess, 10 from, 10, they're going to come up and around. They'd all engage models that aren't otherwise already engaged, and all that fun stuff. The Lictor's a little too far away to charge. Over here, this guy is going to charge here, I guess. Now, no need to roll, it just charges 9.
Yep.
We're just going to go. We know that that's going to make it there, no problem.
Yep. And then these guys are going to charge your...
Yep. And that's because Devourers are an assault weapon.
Yes.
So they're good to go. They don't get to charge 12, but they don't need to. And of course, we get to go with the Hormagaunts. They get to charge 12. Now, they need line of sight to charge.
So they will be charging the guys behind the pipe there.
Absolutely. I don't even think you need to roll it anyway. Oh, yeah. You're good, because they're not physically going to go, because you can just engage them there without having to worry about the pipe. Because even if you charge the guys, you just charge the pipe itself.
Okay.
I count as initiative 10 because I'm defending an obstacle. Do you have, like... we'll double check if you have, like, frag grenade-like rules for them. That's where they end up, engaging on the defensive line and up and around as well. Now, as long as half the models are defending it, they'll get to go to initiative 10. That should be it for charging. We might as well start here if you want to.
Yes.
It's up to you, really. I get a whole grand total of... I upgraded him to a veteran sergeant. All that really lets him do is take armory upgrades, which I didn't do, so I spent a few extra points for a fancy dude. Never mind, he is actually leadership 8, so kind of helps. We're going to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 attacks at you. Now, Hormagaunts have access to frag grenade-like upgrades, which would have meant we both fought at initiative 10 here. In this case, I don't think you have to worry about it.
I can upgrade them with spine banks.
Oh, is that what it is? Yep. Okay, yeah. I need 4s to hit you. And, oh, it was a good start. Wow, that was really good. I only had 3 misses. Veteran Sergeant has a close combat attack and a pistol, so he's really fighting. I should have put him on the green dice so we could tell. I got 3 wounding hits on Hormagaunts. I think you only have a 6-up save?
I have a 6-up save, yes.
All right, let's see what it does here. All right, we kill 3, but it's inconsequential because everyone still gets to fight. But that means those 3 do not get to fight. 2 attacks with Scything Talons, and they get an extra attack for when they charge. These 10 models are going to have 30 attacks against my guardsmen. Here's all their attacks. You weapon skill 4. So you need 3s to hit my guardsmen. As your weapon skill is better than theirs. So this is going to be a rough start. Strength 3. You need 4s to wound here with Scything Talons. Scything Talons being like their basic close combat. It's like a chainsword equivalent kind of thing. I don't think there's any real AP on it either. 10 wounding hits. And they're all 5-up save because of flak armor. Ooh, we make 4 of them. That still means 6 guardsmen lose their lives, and we lost the combat. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We definitely lost that combat. Now, we are gonna be using the junior officer's leadership over here. I cannot use the company commander because he's fleeing at the moment. And we both have a Voxcaster, so we're within 12 anyways, I guess. He does have Iron Discipline as Cadians, so I ignore the -1 modifier for being under half. But I don't ignore the modifier for being heavily outnumbered by the Gaunts, unfortunately. So we're going to be leadership. Let me double check. 8 on a junior officer, same as the senior officer. Senior officer has a few more options though. So leadership 8, we're going to be -2 because we're outnumbered 2 to 1. I have 4 models and you have 10. So we're looking at leadership 6 here to pass. Oh, they hold. So that just means we pile into each other. It's your turn, you'll pile in first. So models that aren't, they just kind of go up and over. They get to pile in 6 inches as they overwhelm my position. And these guys, that guy's already contact there. This guy will come up and around there, and then these guys will do the same thing. This is good. You get to hide away from my shooting on the upcoming turn. They're going to have to charge in and support them the old-fashioned way. It doesn't mean our Rogal Dorn's free just to kind of go up and over that area there. That's it for that fight. We got a few more to resolve. And then moving on to this fight with these Gaunts. You're initiative 4. I'm not defending anything, so I'm initiative 3 as a human, so you get to go first. This is bad. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 14! That is going to be 42 attacks, I think? 42 attacks on 3s to hit. These guys are very mega dead, but I always like to see it resolve sometimes when it's this big. That is going to be 28 hits. These are going to be 4s to wound, right to my armor save. That comes down to 10 wounding hits. We go right to flak armor, 5 up saves. We're going to save 2 of them. 8 guardsmen lose their lives. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're going to keep just the Vox and the Sergeant, and they get to strike back. Well, actually, the Vox doesn't, because he's not engaged with the enemy, but the Sergeant gets his 3 attacks. Who's like really just engrossed with them completely. 3 attacks from our veteran Sergeant is going to hit 1 time. Brave is this Cadian, and a wound, and you have a 6 up save, I think.
No, you kill a Gaunt.
We get a Gaunt. Aha! So we definitely lost that combat. We don't need to use the Vox. Well, we might need to use the Voxcaster, but we can use this. This junior officer's leadership hasn't been used this turn yet. So Iron Discipline there, we ignore the -1 for being under half, but we're outnumbered 4 to 1 in this circumstance here. So I think that, I gotta double check, I think it's like a -3 modifier, it might be a -4 modifier. I'll go ahead and roll and find out first. Leadership 8 and a 7, I know it's more than a -2 modifier, so we are gonna break and flee. So now we have to do a sweeping advance. I'm gonna roll a d6, add my initiative of 3, you're gonna roll a d6 and add your initiative of 4. What'd you get, a 5, 3?
3?
That's a 7. So that equals and exceeds mine, so that means my guys turn to flee, but unfortunately are caught by the Hormagaunts. And because they caught them and swept them, they get to consolidate. Now, normally you'd go 3, but because you caught them unaware, you get to go d6 inches. And you can engage a new enemy if you roll. You need like a 4 up here. Oh, no, dang it, my plan didn't work. I forgot. No, my flamers. So I'll have to engage them the old-fashioned way as well. It's hard to really plan out to stop the enemy because of the fog of war mechanic. You're not allowed to pre-measure. So I put them, I'm like, I think I'm about 4 or 5 inches away. I couldn't really move much further than that anyways. And it's hard to know how far the Tyranids are going to charge on a move through cover roll as well. So they got to go 10, got really close to me, and then they rolled, you know, it's tough to avoid it. We're gonna have to try and make this work, but we can charge in with our other lads to add a lot of attacks in there as well. Now, that doesn't count, they don't get the extra attack, so they're only 2 attacks each at least in the next combat phase. And that's gonna bring us all the way down here. Now, normally I'm just gonna pull them, but whatever, we paid big points for this monster. Now, he's got a pair of Rending Claws and Scything Talons, so you get to kind of pick which one you want to fight with. Rending Claws a little redundant on a monster because monsters are always AP2, but Rending Claws automatically wound on 6s. So if the Norn Assimilator is fighting against like another monster or a big thing, you probably want to use the Rending Claws, but if it's fighting against anything else, you just go Scything Talons. Right. It's got 3 attacks base, but has 4 because of the Scything Talons, hitting on 3s.
And then +1 because it charged, right?
Yes, I forgot about that part, thank you.
So 6, hitting on 2.
Oh, you never hit on 2s in this edition, so only 3s. And, yep. Bam, bam.
So 3.
And 2s to kill. AP2. Kills 2. Ice and cleans. You get to move D6 inches in whatever direction you want. And you're going to move 1. Do you want to go towards the tank? We'll have you trample over the tombstones here. Then the last fight are the Termagants. Now, they're still bugs. They're initiative 4, faster than my mans that are 3. Plus, I have a power fist in there that's always strikes at 1. We're going to see 16 attacks from the charging Termagants. I assume they're just weapon skill 3, though.
ones hit on 4s because it's just their little claws.
4s and 4s, essentially. Damn, can they wound? Rolled well on hitting and rolled well on wounding. Look at that. That's scary for my scions. That's 8, I think.
Yes.
4 up armor saves because of carapace armor. Oh, 4 of them, they're all dead. You strike them dead before they have a chance to strike back, and you get to do a d6 massacre move as well. And they're going to go 2 entire inches. Well done. Like I thought, my left flank not doing super well. My right flank now doing worse than I thought it was doing. So things aren't looking good for the Imperial Guard as I didn't have enough bullets. I failed the bullet check, effectively, is what's happening here. It's always the same for orcs and Tyranids. Do you have enough shooting before they get to you? Yes or no when you're playing Imperial Guard?
Do you have more bodies than they have bullets?
I did. In this case, I did not.
The answer is no.
My sharpshooters lacked training. In fact, I don't think I hit a single. A few frag missiles could have gone a long way here. We dealt with the big guy. We got but I guess there's always synapse. Might screw you over in the end here because you don't really get to control them fully. We're gonna go to turn 3 for the Imperial Guard. Do have 1 Stormtrooper unit in reserve. My Kazrakin, I'll show up on a 3. No, they're delayed. We might see them on turn 4. Let's see if we can rally our company commander here. He's not under half, and we're good. So they rally, they're back in. Get to move 3 inches when they rally, and otherwise operate normally. Shoot, charge, all that stuff. We got to save our lads. We got to deal with these Hormagaunts because they are actually susceptible to morale checks. And their leadership bad. This squad here with a couple flamers are going to holster them, pull out their combat knives, and charge towards the enemy. But first, we're going to move our Rogal Dorn up. We're going to move the Rogal Dorn up, and then our lads are going to move up and around. 1, boom, coming over this way. And here comes the medic, the platoon commander, junior officer, and the little Voxcaster. The Rogal Dorn, we can't friggin' fire a lot of its guns here because I can't really lumber it because they're stuck in an assault nearby and I can't get that much closer. So the Demolisher has no one to shoot at, but I can fire the turret and the side spawns in that way at least. And then this multi-melta can go over that way. I have to figure out what we're going to do with our battle cannon here. I can only ever do 1 damage to him, but the heavy bolters could... He's 2 up save, though. He's so thick. He's a terrifying entity. He's going to tear this Leman Russ apart, kind of. I do want to keep his front facing him, but we're going to have to kind of back it up, essentially, right to this back corner. And back it up so that his front's the only thing visible. And we're just going to have to fire this battle cannon somewhere scary. Now, luckily against Tyranids, you can kind of pick whatever target you want. That's one of their, like, negative rules. Shoot that bug, I believe the rule's called.
Shoot the big ones.
Yeah, like the Imperium is well educated in, like, all the Tyranid biomorphs and everything. So it can kind of like, oh, that's a threat, that's a threat, that's a threat. So you never have to really shoot the nearest thing. I think we're good to go to the... Oh, wait, no. These guys are going to move through cover because they got to climb down from this position. They get to go 4 because they want to assist our squad here. Now, it's getting a little messy. Again, the heavy weapon base is really screwing me over here. But that's okay because they can move over to here, and then when they charge, you can just crawl down and keep coherency. And then that's the little platoon squad there. So trust that I know who's who here. It's just a little sloppy. But we can go to shooting. No shooting here, no shooting there. The Rogal Dorn is going to try and put pressure into the Haruspecs. We're going to fire shells into the side of them to see if it matters. I don't know if Josh's turret moves. I'm not going to mess with it. He was kind enough to let me use this Rogal Dorn. But the turret's going to turn that way. We're going to fire the multi-melta, the coax autocannon, the battle cannon, the stubber, and then this multi-melta is just going to take a shot at, I guess, that guy, because it can shoot that way, I suppose. So let's see if that multi-melta hits. It doesn't. Easy. And Stormbolt into the Haruspecs. Got a hit. You need that same 6 to wound, and you get your regular save. The 6 is going to definitely do it. And then we're going to go ahead and do the battle cannon, I suppose. Now we moved, so it's going to scatter the big dice. 5 inches, that's going to be a full flip, which might be a miss. Boom. Yeah, it's going to shoot the battle cannon right into there. Essentially going to do one of these. As long as if you could tell, like, as long as the edge of the base is not hitting the base, you always know that it's going to do a full flip and miss it. So it's going to crash into that. We got the coax autocannon. Couple shots. Bang, bang. Ooh, they both hit. And both wound. I assume you're not toughness 7. He's a toughness 6 biomorph, I assume. And he's good. Double 6 on a save. Oh no. And then the last thing to resolve is the multi-melta. I mean, the meltas themselves are too close. We miss. We hit on 4s. We're regular guard here. He does nothing. So we're going to put a single battle cannon shot into our Tyranid friends there. It did move. So it's going to go 3 inches. It goes on his head, and we're going to go to that guy's head, essentially. So we got quite a bit of hits here. 3 for sure hits and only 2 partials. That's going to be 4 hits. And pretty much dead on 2s. 6-up save for some of the gravestones in the way. Why not? 4 6-up saves. Oh, we hit a gravestone and kill 3 of them. You can kill any 3 you want. They're all in a range and line of sight. Boom, boom, boom. That requires all of the energy of the vehicle that turn. It cannot fire the defensive weapons. Ordnance or bust. That is going to bring us to charging. So, charge for Cadia. They're all going to go in and start engaging the bugs. Cadia still stands in this narrative. And moving on, our company commander is going to declare a charge. Moving on to the squad. Technically, they have to do a move through cover check still. They get to charge 6, which is enough just to get that guy down and moving. All right. We're good there. The sergeant and that guy are able to keep coherency on both sides, so it's a weird split 4 over there, and then the rest of the squad's like over here. All right, well, that's it for charging. We're at desperate measures time. We're going to go ahead and just do this fight here first, and we're going to look at initiatives. I'm pretty sure... Well, you're 4 everywhere.
Yes, I'm initiative 4 for all my guns.
My guy might be 4 at best. Senior officer will go first. Or not first, same time as the Hormagaunts. He's initiative 4. He's got 3 attacks base. With a master-crafted power weapon he unsheathes from his big, fancy, cool company commander coat.
Beautiful, impractical cape.
Hey, well, whatever. He looks cool. It's practical because of that. He's got 3 attacks base, extra close combat weapon and plasma pistol, and then he charged for 5 attacks. Now, your weapon skill 4. Yeah. I hit you on 4s because I share your weapon skill, and I am master-crafted. I get to reroll one of those. It did matter. Ooh, I think we wound you on 4s. You are, after all, just a human. But it kills you. So I slay 2 bugs. Now it has to be ones engaged with him. So boop, boop, but they do get to fight. And we're going to go ahead and resolve all your attacks right now. We're going to have to figure out how you want to split it up. So we're going to go ahead and do those 2 that just died. Plus 3, 4, 5 over that way. So those 5 are going to attack this direction. And then all the other attacks that can are going to attack the squad that charged in. Because they get to go before them, they're going to kill off some of the attacks. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacking this way.
So it'd be...
We'll resolve that first. That's 10 attacks. Hitting on 4, actually 3s.
Hitting on 3s.
My majority weapon skill is bad. And 4s. Oh, just 2 wounds. Now I have 5 up saves on the squad. Because none of them are attacking the company commander specifically. That's the wrong guy. Yeah. But we do get to ignore the first failed save because of the medic for the turn. So we actually count that as a pass. And then I have to figure out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That guy's within 2 of him. That guy's... So the only model not attacking is him. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 14 attacks into my guys who just charged in. 3s to hit. And 4s to wound here. 7 wounding hits. We got 5 ups. Oh, he killed all 7, where you landed all 7 wounds. Well, we might as well clean it up so it's easier for myself. We're going to lose 4 over here from this squad, so I don't have to worry about that split anymore. 4, 5, 6 to keep that easy, and then 7. We're left with 3 models, one being the veteran sergeant. Veteran sergeant, regular guy, Voxcaster. Very, very nasty swing. Just to point out, these guys are supposed to be in base contact with my guys, but we're having bits problems here. There we go, just so my guys can fight here at the same time.
Yeah, all the little gangly bits are...
Yep.
We getting caught on each other.
Initiative 3 on all of this stuff. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 attacks. And then we'll do his power weapon afterwards. As a junior officer, he is only initiative 3. Just wanted to explain why we weren't doing him with the company commander. Well, it didn't roll where Joe could see, but we have a good amount of hits on 4s. Can't really shoot with the camera, but it's just good courtesy to do that. 4 wounding hits that you have 6 up saves against. Oh, okay.
3 die.
3 die there. You could be whatever 3 you can. It does have to be around engaged with these guys, so it has to be like these dudes, these gribblies over here. And then I have the power weapon to resolve. Junior officer has 2 attacks base, but +1 for power weapon and plasma pistol. Ooh, he hits twice, and no mastercrafted on him. I didn't want to put the points on that. And he kills 1 gaunt. There we go. It burns right through his armor. Slash. It could be anyway. Yeah, that guy works.
Yeah.
Yeah. I killed about 5, maybe 6. It doesn't really matter because I know you killed 7 of my wounds. So you won this combat. My guys don't care about, because with the Master Vox, they can all use it over and over again. So the upgrade is going to come into play here nicely because I got 3 squads that have to check. So they're not going to care about being under half. But I don't think we're outnumbered anymore either because there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of you. And that counts up all my guys involved in the combat. So I'm over 10 myself. 8, 9, 10. We're actually at 11. So we're just doing base leadership 8 because of the senior officer nearby. So we'll start with our squad that charged in. They're going to pass. And then our little platoon squad with the junior officer is going to pass. And then our company commander, watch him fail. He'll pass as well. So they all pass. It's my turn. I'll consolidate in first. And then if you guys aren't unengaged or aren't engaged, they'll come in after. All right, everyone's engaged there and it's all a wash. And then we come on down to this fight where you're going to get to go first. All of my guys are initiative 3, including the junior officer. So we're going to go ahead and split the attacks up. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that have to go in the one squad. And then there's another 5 that go in the other squad that charged in. So 5 attacking the junior officer squad, and then the remaining 5 attacking the squad they initially engaged with.
All right. This is the 5 going into the squad that was already engaged.
There, right there. 3s and 4s to hit them. It would be the same roll for the other guys, technically.
Yep.
And 4s to
But so you know who to remove.
Yeah. That is 1 wounding hit. These Hormagaunts are tearing through my lines. That is going to end a guardsman's life. I guess I'll keep the flamer if I can. And then the other attacks and the junior
then the
officer.
other 5?
They do have a medic, so I get to ignore the first fail here. 4s to wound. Oh, 4, nasty. Should be good to just do all 5 up saves. Ugh, so I will pass 2 of them because of the medic and lose 2. We're going to lose the 2 flamers. And they do not get to fight back. And that's it. So I'll fight now. I'm going to go ahead and do, it's 3, 4, 5 attacks, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the junior officer afterwards. 4s and 4s. Uh-oh, just 3 hits. And do I wound them? Stick them with your knife. The pointy end, the bayonet. 1 6-up save. Okay, we got
one kill. You kill 1 guard.
And then I get the 4 attacks because he charged with the power sword. Power weapon. Well, no matter what, we hit on 4s at best. And I killed 2 more gaunts. So it's a tie combat. Bam, bam. Very good. And we just pile into each other because you killed 3 of my models and I killed 3 of yours. Keep the good fight going just like that. That is going to conclude my turn. We're on to battle round 4. I am looking that I'm only going to have a couple of tanks after this. Maybe a couple of tanks. The only saving grace I have, which is nice that I still have a chance, is both of these units of Hormagaunts have to roll on the... they have to roll lone model, which is a morale check. So they're both leadership 5, but they're under half. I think they're leadership 4 right now. Oh my god, they passed! Joe, you're rolling so low. This is why they have leadership checks roll low, because of people like Joe. And then over here, they're at -1 as well, leadership 4. Stop it! You rolled 2 4s, they both pass! They don't have to roll on the chart, they just operate normally.
And then Big Monster Fearless and a Lictor I checked is Fearless as well.
Yeah, Lictors are fearless as well. And
everybody's within his 12-inch bubble.
Yep, this is the passive little synapse psyche power going there. So we're good to operate normally. I'm pretty sure this is a Tyranid victory, but we're going to play it out to see how bad of a victory it is for him. Through cover on a Lictor. He does get to roll a 3rd die if you want to see if you go further than 5. Go
nope,
5
just 5. 5 is enough.
5. He's going to hop the barricade. And then we're going to see... Hey, you know what's weird? I actually don't know how to resolve an agile or a fast creature, because usually it's in multiples of 6. So what I would assume is you do move through cover and add 3 to it.
Yes.
Is what I would do. So, but he gets to go 3d6. So you go ahead and roll a 3rd one to see he's got to hop over a barricade there. So he's going to go 8. Is how I think the best way to play it would be. Oh, he's coming over to the Rogal Dorn. That absolutely makes sense. No. We're going to come over to Zone Thrope creeping up. Oh, yeah, they got Warp. 3. They've got a bunch of Warp Lances that are probably going to get me, too. And then we're going to have this guy trample.
I still need to move up here because the goal is to get into as many guys into your deployment zone as possible.
Because you got to establish a new front. The Norn Assimilator is going to move its 9. Right there.
It's technically the emissary.
The emissary. I always forget. I can never remember which one's which. This is the emissary.
Emissary is the brain bug. The assimilator is the spears.
Gotcha. I'll tell you, I'm not going to remember that, but I'll try to.
That's fair.
I'll try to. And then this Zoanthrope is going to ominously hover this direction. It has its own warp lance. Is Zoanthrope's fearless as well?
No.
Okay, but he was within 12 of
But he was within 12 of him to start.
Excellent. I miss the Synapse rule so much. It's very cool to be able to play with it again. I like it a lot. Should say, they still have it in 10th edition, but it's different. It just feels a little different, you know? Do you still get to choose like a rule every round? Is that the army rule?
For instinctive behavior now, it's 3d6.
For the leadership, that's right.
It's 3d6 for leadership tests and settle in the warp once per game.
But that's all. You don't get to pick like an extra invulnerable save. That was 9th edition, right?
Yep, what you're thinking of is the 8th or 9th edition rule.
That's right. I remember that. That was a really cool way to do it. 10th edition, it is what it is. They lose a lot of character, but they kind of bring all the armies together, and every army is very playable.
Yeah,
at every level of
something
gameplay.
like a Vanguard list that I like to play in 10th, that's advance and charge, and makes the game go really fast, really smooth.
That's true.
And
That's nice too. Yeah, you always have like right to the point, very clear cut on how it operates.
I don't have to take a whole bunch of tests before I decide like where to move everybody.
That's good. Yeah. Okay, well, that's kind of it for moving over here. And actually over here, so we go right to shooting.
Yep.
If you want to go ahead and do some warp lances.
Yep.
So it should just be a 3 to hit, I think.
Yes.
Right on the front armor of the Rogal Dorn. Oh, we got a hit finally, a straight 10.
And watch me roll a 1.
A 12. It does not. It just bounces right off the armor. I think in later editions, in 5th edition, that
In
actually
5th, there is something called a warp lance with any roll of a 12 or higher automatically glanced it.
Yep, it just reduces the enemy armor down to 12, and it's a strength. It then became a strength 8 weapon, so it always glanced on a 4, no matter what the armor's value, the enemy armor value is. We're gonna go ahead and do. We got a couple warp lances over here.
And then the other warp blast from the other Zoanthrope here.
Should be a hit.
That one hits.
And
come on. No!
12 again, nada. And then.
Right? That would hit the side armor.
Yeah, that worked. The intent was it was supposed to be nothing can hit its side armor, but that's okay. It doesn't matter to me. So we'll go ahead and do the side armor there, and then I'm armor 12, so it's a glancing hit. And it's crew stunned, so he can't move or shoot on the upcoming turn. And then this guy's warp lance at the front armor of 14 hits, and oh my gosh! Wait
a minute. Do I get extra attacks with the? No, it's just 1 for the warp lance.
Yeah, it's just, if you put on like you could pay more points to put on a big guy and make it D3 shots, but it costs quite a bit more.
Yep.
Nothing to shoot over here.
Does front of Lehman Russ is 12?
Yeah, no, it's 14 on the front armor. So it's 14, 12, 11 on basic battle Russ. Being a demolisher, which is slightly heavily armored on the sides and the back. This guy's spine attacks aren't strong enough to hurt the Rogal Dorn, so we can go right to charging. Yep. Which I assume this guy's just going to come charge on in.
Yes, he is.
Crunch.
The Norn is going to charge in.
Crunch.
And I think I have the distance. Does that get me within?
You have to be base to base.
Okay, so no.
Not quite in range yet. It's off just by a little bit, by about half an inch.
Okay.
So we go right to fighting. Where would you like to start?
Well, let me think. During shooting phase, I forgot to do is their D6 movement.
Oh, yep, they want to fleet a claw, of course. They're going to move 2, and they're going to move...
And the other guys are going to move...
1!
Okay.
This is their new home, and we can go right to fighting. Where do we want to go?
I'll start with the Norn.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Probably let me double check a few rules. I would say maybe Rending Claws might make sense here. Now, see if you can hit my Rust. You get to choose if you want to fight with the Rending Claws or the Silent Talons. The Rending Claws have like bigger gamble but bigger effect, and Joe's gonna go for that. Now, my vehicle did move, so you hit me on 4s. Oh! It just moves too quickly for the big guy to hit him. So I was able to dodge away from his attacks. And then...
so now the Haruspecs.
Same idea, hits me on 4s. We just gotta figure what kind of weapon it has. He just has regular close combat weapons because his 2 bio weapons are the spikes and the acid breath.
And the acid flame, yep.
How many attacks does that base?
That is 3 attacks base. So
4 for charging, hitting me on 4s, same idea because I moved.
Come on, that's a little better.
There it is. What's the strength of the Haruspecs? Is it 6?
Haruspecs is strength 6.
Yep. Now, obviously, it's a lot stronger in the modern game, but you get to roll You have to do these one at a time because you're supposed to build with monsters, you roll 2d6 and added strength. So the first of the 3 hits, the first one is going to be
5 plus 6, 11.
So we need 14s here. The second one, yep, that'll do it. That's a pen. And the second one,
and the third one,
or the third one, I mean, is a 5.
No, so 1 penetrating.
So one of the shoveling claws is a penetrating hit. We're going to roll on the penetrating hit table and see where it goes.
Don't roll a 1. Don't roll a 1. Don't roll a 1.
Ones are
Don't
still
roll
good.
a 1.
5!
I think that's an destruction.
That is vehicle destroyed. A 6 is vehicle explodes. Oh, I'll confirm. Penetrating hits, vehicle destroyed. The 6 explodes. One of the shoveling claws kind of just pierces into it and pulls out a bunch of guts and starts a few fires on it. The gun can't shoot anymore. It can't move anymore. The crew pretty much bail out of it. And that is destroyed, and it gives up 100% of its points for the end of the game, and that will pretty much seal the deal. But let's see how well these Hormigons do in this fight. I don't think there's no consolidating after beating up a vehicle. You kind of just rip it to pieces. We'll go here. You get to fight first. You could do 3 on the platoon squad and 5 on the unit. Actually, kind of what you have to do because that's what they're in base contact with.
3 versus 5.
The 6 attacks from the 3, 3s to hit. And 4s to wound. Only getting 2 that time. Interesting. Still, 4s to wound can go a long way. Nothing!
Nothing. No whiff. Okay.
All right, then 10 attacks in the other squad. That's how you
better.
roll dice. There it is.
That's better.
4s to wound.
Now, don't roll all 3s this time.
Okay, good handful of wounds there. 5?
Yes.
We got 3 dudes. That is going to kill all 3 of them. And they do not get the fight. So far you're up by 3 kills, and I am going to strike back with my... He's got 3 attacks. I'll get him out of the way, hitting on 4s. He has 1 hit. That was a 6. I don't kill a Gaunt, and then I have 2 attacks remaining from the other squad, a guard. Oh, a couple of hits. No wounds. Oh, God. We lost that combat. We are Iron Discipline because we are an officer with the upgrade, so we are just outnumbered 2-1. We're leadership 8 either way. It doesn't matter whose leadership we use. I think we're looking for a 6 or less. Ooh, that's a break. Now we're going to do an initiative check. I'm initiative 3. I roll a total of 6. You're going to roll and add 4. Oh, that's a 10. So we turn to flee, but we are caught by the Hormigons, and these Cadians broke. That gets a big boo, and then they get to consolidate D6 inches for a massacre move. 6! Just break into my deploy, pretty much surge this direction.
Yep.
Brr. I don't think we're going to need their help, but it's good as a countermeasure. Bam. And these guys are just going to keep passing their instinctive behaviors.
Here, I suppose.
Yeah, that's going to bring you to this fight where you get to fight, but my guy fights at the same time. Not that it matters too much.
All right, so it'll be 3 guys going into your command squad here.
This 4th guy will have to attack it as well.
Okay.
Just because that's what they're
Okay, so 4 and 3.
Perfect. Here is the 8 attacks. 3s to hit. Oh, so disgusting.
And 4s.
Oh, no! I have to do these 2 at a time before it gets to the carapace armor. So I ignored the first one for the doctor. So the Master Vox is going to be slain. And then the doctor has a 5 up. The doctor is now dead. Ugh. And then I have 3 remaining saves on a 4 up. He's got a single wound left. Good old senior officer, gonna fight to the bitter end here. And then I might as well get his attacks out of the way.
Yep.
He's gonna have 4 of them, hitting on 4s. He's gonna have, mastercrafted. He's got 3 hits. He kills 1. I'm just gonna...
Yep. Blip. 3 gaunts firing in, hacking up that big squad there.
Guardsman. That is a few
That's
hits.
unfortunate.
Oh, that's not... I guess it is below average. And 2 wounds. I guess I will do... We'll say 1 on each, because I forgot there's 2 squads there.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 1 big squad.
I did too, so it kills 1 there, and then the... Okay, well, it didn't really matter, because I just lost the guy, so bam, that guy dies. And at initiative 3, we're going to strike back. I'll go ahead and do the little junior officer with his 3 attacks. Good talk. Oh, come on, what was that roll? A 2, nothing. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attacks with the veteran sergeant. Well, and everyone else. 8 attacks. 4s to... Ooh, they're PO'd. Wow, they all hit. That's 8 hits. That's crazy. Following up with 3 6-up saves on your gaunts. Ooh,
no, 3 more gaunts die.
We'll say pretty much all 3 of those guys there die. But I think you still win. Because you did 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds to me. Oh, I did 4 wounds to you.
Yeah,
it's a draw. But obviously that means we're just, those guys stay there, that guy goes here, and then my guys go pile into you, because I don't have control over that, just mechanically what happens. And then we would go to my turn, where I don't really, I might kill these Gaunts off, which would be cool, but I'm gonna die to the Lictor, and all I have left is this Leman Russ battle tank, and then Joe is gonna score all the points for these guys moving in. They might not get their points because they're under half, but that will get its points, that will get its points. They're gonna get their full points. The Harvest Specs is gonna get his points. And then these guys have instinctive behavior to follow, but even if they all fail it and run away, you're still gonna overwhelm me in points because you're gonna get my 1,500 points for my army you killed, plus all your guys that you smoked on the way in, and then all the points you get for the guys going in. And the only thing I have are my Stormtrooper Kazrakin, who would show up, and they would go on like a reconnaissance mission back there, and they would, like, if we're playing an event or an RTT or something, I'd try and get as many points as I possibly could, so they would just deep strike back there.
Right, because points still matter, right? Even if you lose.
So you'd get the win, I'd get the loss, but then the points would be for like tiebreakers and stuff like that, and for placing and whatnot. So narratively, it makes sense that they'd go over there, go on a reconnaissance mission, report back to high command saying this place is scuffed. Either like just shell it or rethink our plans or whatever. I don't know what officers do. Whatever officers do, I'm not a soldier. They do soldier things, but that was it.
And then another Lictor appears from his chameleon.
And then another Lictor will materialize. Very creepy, by the way. All the modern animations for Lictors and Space Marine 2 showing it off too.
Oh yeah, it's just like classic Predator. It's so terrifying.
It's terrifying. It just reinforces my thought. I'm like, yeah, this setting is crazy cool. Don't want to exist here at all. He used to say our galaxy doesn't have creepy things like this too. I don't know. I'm in the dark on it. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole of thought. So we're gonna end the game here. Me and Joe are gonna go ahead and do a post-game show. We always have a post-game show for our Vault members. We pretty much gonna talk shop. Talk Warhammer, talk Modern Warhammer, talk 4th edition, talk Tyranids, talk Guard, all that stuff. So that's for our Vault members. So we'll see you guys there. Our Vault members are what allow us to make this content for free for you guys to check out on YouTube. Our Vault members are the lifeblood of MiniWarGaming and help us kind of keep operating. So a big thank you to them, and we try to make as much content for them as we can, including early access to pretty much all of our battle reports and access to all of our narrative campaigns. So a big thank you to them. Big thank you to Joe for making the trip all the way from Maryland. It's not that close, but it's not that far. How far away is it technically?
8 hours.
Yeah, okay, so it's about, I feel like everything on average is about 8 hours away for like the max that people are willing to drive. Otherwise, people typically fly. Because I drive 8 hours pretty casually to go places as well. So
yes, I have family up north of the United States, and it's about a 7 or 8 hour drive there too.
Exactly.
So it's more or less the same thing.
I understand that completely. We'll see our Vault members in the post game. Otherwise, that's it for today's battle report. Stay tuned for much more to come. Happy wargaming, everybody.